This is 10 straight minutes of Larry Bird facts that will change your mind on who's the GOAT.
It's JAMEENOD, and I'm back up in the building, giving y'all hot topics and reactions, and I'm feeling. Comment your suggestions and I got ya. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.
YouTube, this is your guy JAMEENOD, and oh my, I got another one, man. Hey, what's going on, guys? Once again, going down the Larry Bird rabbit hole. This is like my last video of like when it comes to being a GOAT for Larry Bird. This is just to sum everything up that I've watched with Larry Bird. For the people who's been getting on me in the comment section, look, I'm a LeBron James fan. Watching Larry Bird highlights, you know, contemplating on changing how I think about certain players. A lot of you guys won't even consider that. So Larry Bird has gone from my number 9 player to my GOAT list. I don't have a GOAT, I just have GOATs. And after watching Larry Bird highlights, listen to stats, listen to stories, there's no way that Larry Bird is not one of the GOATs. Just no way. He's broken records. He done a lot that I did not know that he did. I mean, whooping on Michael Jordan is one of them. And you don't see that a lot, okay? Foot surgery on both of your feet, coming back to play, that's insane. Averaging 10 rebounds, passing the way that he does, that's crazy. MVPs back to back to back, that's crazy. Being a great shooter and passer, I think his shooting and passing were like neck and neck. And honestly, I think he's probably the clutchest player of all time. I know. If this is your first video, you haven't watched his highlights, I'm trying to tell you, that's what it is. But hey, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Let's get to this video, guys.
With a 6'9" inches frame and an unparalleled basketball IQ, Larry Bird was a force to be reckoned with on the court. His silky smooth shooting stroke, combined with a fierce competitive spirit, made him one of the most feared and respected players of his era. Beyond the numbers and accolades, Larry Bird's impact on the game extends far beyond his statistical achievements. He embodied the blue-collar work ethic and the never-say-die attitude of the heartland. His grit, determination, and clutch performances in critical moments became the stuff of legends. Welcome to the Squad Dawkins channel. Here we give you 10 straight minutes of awesome facts on the great Larry Bird.
Nobody worked as hard as Larry. He was the first guy there. He was the last guy to leave. He wore that body out with the jumpers and the running and the movement and the concentration and the focus and the discipline and the sacrifice. He had it all.
Larry Bird dominated his era, and no fact may better prove that point than this one. For 6 straight seasons from 1981 to 1986.
See, you hear what they said about his work ethic? It's like the Mamba mentality, the original. You know what I'm saying? Michael, Larry Bird. They wanted perfection. You know, this is where this originates from, guys.
Bird was either the MVP or the runner-up, and he also finished in the top 2 spots in 7 out of 8 seasons from 1981 to 1988. Larry Legend is the only person in NBA history to win League MVP, Coach of the Year, and Executive of the Year. From the 1984-85 season through the 1987-88 season, Larry shot 51.7% from the field, 41.4% from three-point range, and 90.1% from the free throw line. That means Larry Legend doesn't just have a 50-40-90.
Do y'all know how crazy that is? No. Do y'all really know how crazy that is? Because I don't think a lot of you know. That is insane. That is insane.
On his resume, but he has a 4-season stretch of 50-40-90 percentages. During that stretch, he averaged 28.1 points per game. Other than the great Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, no player has ever scored that many points per game in a single season while putting up 50-40-90 percentages. And again, Larry did that over a 4-year stretch. Larry Bird has one of the greatest performances of all time that people don't talk about quite enough. Officially, only 4 players in NBA history have ever achieved the incredible quadruple-double, and Larry Legend was very close to joining this elite few. It was on February 18, 1985 against the Utah Jazz. According to Larry himself, this may have been the greatest game of his career as he poured in 30 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, 9 steals, and 2 blocks on 59.1 shooting. The Celtics were destroying the Jazz in just about every aspect, and at the end of the third quarter, they were leading by 22 points. Due to this, Bird didn't even play in the fourth quarter. That means he almost put up an insane quadruple-double in only 3 quarters.
This man almost put up a quadruple-double in 3 quarters. A quadruple-double in 3 quarters. That is crazy. That is crazy. I really wish he would have put up that quadruple-double, man. In today's NBA, I'm gonna keep it real. That player is gonna play until he gets that quadruple-double. Like, he's gonna play a little bit in the fourth until he gets it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way the NBA is, it has changed. You know, it has changed. It's not the same as it was back then. You know, there's a lot of things that have changed about the NBA. You know, I'll be honest, I don't enjoy it as like I used to. And I'm from a different era. I'm from that Allen Iverson, you know, Jason Kidd, you know, type of era. I miss that era. That was my favorite era. You know, in the early years of LeBron, I like that era as well.
Casey Jones was the Celtics head coach, and when he realized early in the fourth quarter that Larry was only one still shy of the historic quadruple-double, he asked him if he would like to go back into the game, but Bird refused and said he already did enough damage.
His shot was just so, like, perfect, you know, and not only was it perfect, you know, my mother-in-law nicknamed his jump shot Silent Death because when he shot it, the ball just like rolled in the air, and it was almost like it was playing a song, the way it was like just moving in the air, and then it would just swish through.
Larry shot 37.6% from three-point distance, which is an even greater percentage than Damian Lillard's, who now many people are putting in the conversation of the greatest shooters of all time. Larry was also much better from three-point range in the second half of his career over the first. The reason for this is because Larry's rookie season in the NBA was also the year that the NBA introduced the three-point shot, which was 1979. This means that Bird wasn't practicing the three ball throughout his years in high school and college. Instead, he literally developed his three-point shot during his years in the NBA.
And that's insane, guys. Let's keep it real. That's insane. Wasn't even practicing the three-point shot because it wasn't there to practice.
Hadn't mastered it until the mid-80s, which drastically affected his career percentages. On top of that, Bird was an even better shooter when it mattered the most, as he shot 42.2% from three-point range over his career in the NBA Finals. That finals percentage is greater than the finals efficiency of both Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
This guy, I think he was born to play basketball. Seeing him come in and making the adjustment early, taking a team that had won 20 games the year before, and next year, I mean, you know, they're 40 plus, and the next year they're 60.
Larry Bird had one of the best rookie campaigns in recent memory, even if he came when he was supposed to compete with other elite stars like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Julius Erving to win an MVP award. The forward averaged 21.3 points and 10.4 rebounds per game, while also showing the capability to dominate defenses. Unsurprisingly, Larry accumulated MVP votes and managed to finish fourth in the MVP race as a rookie. He immediately turned the Celtics franchise around. A year after winning 29 games, Boston, with Bird leading the charge, won 61 games. Bird won.
That is insane. Turned the whole franchise around, man. That's why he definitely is in my GOAT. He's in my GOAT tier, man. He done way too much. You cannot deny this, man. If you don't have him in your GOAT tier, it's because you just don't know no better. You don't know any better. I'm telling you, after watching 3-4 videos, you'll start changing your mind. You'll start seeing.
Of the year, shooting 47.4% from the field, 40.6% from three, and 83.6% from the line. The Celtics had yet another superstar in their history, but this one was seemingly a little different. At age 23, Bird only finished runner-up to Kareem, Irving, and George Gervin in the MVP race. In the 1980-81 season, a year after making the Eastern Conference Finals with rookie Bird on the squad as the best rookie in the league, the Boston Celtics once again had their star for the season. Bird went out with a bang, competing in 82 games. The forward's numbers were very consistent, as he posted 21.2 points and 10.9 rebounds per game, while leading the Celtics to the best record in the East. No team could stop the player when he was cooking as a scorer, passer, and rebounder. The Celtics ended up defeating the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals, which capped off an all-time great season by Larry and his first NBA championship. Bird finished second 3 times before he finally captured his well-deserved MVP award. Bird's stat line during the 1984 season was incredibly complete with 24.2 points, 10.1 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.8 steals, and 0.9 blocks per game. As expected, Bird won his first MVP award and also winning in 7 games against the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. Bird had the highest MVP finish of his career to date in the 1984-85 season, when he posted 28.7 points, 10.5 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.6 steals, and 1.2 blocks per game. He finished first in the MVP race. The superstar Celtics player came ahead of legends Magic Johnson and Moses Malone. Bird had the numbers to win the MVP award, and the narrative was on his side because the team finished first in the East. Bird began staking his claim as possibly the most dominant talent at the small forward spot in NBA history. Larry was also one of the most clutch players in NBA history. He had numerous game-winning shots in both regular season and the playoffs, and he was known for making the big play when his team needed it most, whether on offense or defense. Larry was arguably the greatest passing forward of all time. His court vision, high basketball IQ, and team play was...
And that right there, they don't talk about that enough. They do not talk about how good of a passer this dude was. They talk about his shooting, but I promise you, the shooting and the passing were identical. The dude could pass like no other, man. He is a first-tier type passer, man. Straight up. Straight up. That's what they don't tell you.
Charts. This aspect of his game is sometimes overlooked because of the reality that he played in the same era as Magic Johnson. But as far as 6'9" small forwards go, Larry was as close to Magic's passing skills. Larry averaged a whopping 10 rebounds per game.
I want to say this. I want to say that when the defense was set, that he was a better passer. While the defense was set, he was a better passer. I'm willing to say that. Fast breaks, hey, maybe Magic. When the defense set, Bird, man, makes some crazy, crazy passes, y'all. I mean, crazy.
Over the course of his career, he wasn't just a solid rebounder. He was one of the all-time greats at it. Among primary small forwards, Larry has the 3rd greatest rebound per game average in NBA history. These are one of those stats that testify to the hustle and heart that he played with each and every night of his career. Bird was also an underrated defender. Larry played with heart and effort on both sides of the basketball every game. He wasn't the greatest shot blocker, but he did average more blocks per game over his career than LeBron James has. Larry also averaged a high 1.7
Didn't know that.
steals per game over his career. He was tenacious and scrappy, and he was a quality on-vault defender. He also made 3 all-defense teams in his career. In 1985, Bird was at home with his mother and was wanting to help her build her new driveway. While Bird was out there shoveling gravel for his mom, something happened that would change the rest of his career. Bird brutally injured his back, which would then be an ongoing battle with pain and spasms for the rest of his career. Ultimately,
So that's how he messed up his back. Okay, because I was wondering, I was like, to mess up your back in the game, I didn't think that was like really possible. So now I get it. Okay. Helping his mom, with that. Okay.
back issues would play a part in Bird leaving the game earlier than many other athletes. Though while this injury begun and took place in 1985, Bird still played 7 seasons after that injury. In 1986, with the back injury and the enormous pain, Bird won his 3rd MVP in a row. He is the only player to ever accomplish this since the NBA merger.
I'm really proud to receive this award for the 3rd time, but I really don't feel that my career is over. I think I can win it some more.
The best part about Larry Bird wasn't the fact he won 3 straight MVPs. It wasn't how he won Rookie of the Year and then guided the Boston Celtics to 3 championships in the 80s. What's best about Bird is he never changed. With the Celtics, he was the same guy he was at Indiana State and the same guy he was at Springs Valley High School in French Lick, Indiana. Bird never cared about glory. Fame and fortune never changed him. Individual achievements didn't motivate him. He was all about winning. Tell us in the comments, what is your favorite Larry Bird moment? And if you enjoy this video, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. For even more basketball content.
And honestly, yeah, he don't talk much. Like, he stays out the spotlight. He don't brag, any of that. Like, he could do that. Like, he could come out and be like, yo, y'all forget. Like, why y'all not talking? Like, he don't do any of that. You know, a lot of NBA players, you know, they speak out. You know, Charles Barkley, like, man, I must have forgot. You know, Shaq, a lot of these players, you know, they're vocal. You know what I'm saying? They got some ego to them, and, you know, rightfully so. These were great players, you know, but, man, Larry Bird is eerily super quiet. Like, he doesn't say, like, anything about how great he was. You know, and the players around them, you know, I would thought they would, like, speak, you know, more about it, the way he dominated. You know, people around you that played around that time should be speaking up more. I personally think so. And I personally have him in my first tier of GOATs, man. Like, he's in the GOAT for sure debate. I don't think you can really just say a player is the best player, so I just rank them together for the GOATs. I have like maybe 7 players I will put at the GOAT spot. He's one of them. Yeah, I open my eyes. I'm honest. I'm an honest person. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the GOATs. But hey, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. I'm about to get up out of here. It's JAMEENOD, boy.
It's JAMEENOD, and I'm back up in the building, giving y'all hot topics and reactions, and I'm feeling. Comment your suggestions and I got ya. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Oh my, I got another one. Ooh my, I got another one. So hot